First off, I'd like to begin by congratulating you.
To think our master would give words of praise.
You better treasure this moment, inmate!
You have encountered allies who share your aesthetics, and you have found your place in reality. The time has come. Your rehabilitation will soon begin.
What rehabilitation?
I shall explain it to you now. You have a special potential. However, that must be refined into a useful power. It is weak now, but refining it shall grant you the strength to stand against the coming ruin. That is the rehabilitation cast upon you.
Coming ruin?
There are various means by which you may gain the power to resist the ruin. Fighting shadows and gaining experience is one way. The fusion process I taught you prior is another.
This is all possible because of our master's guidance, inmate.
Though it may be presumptuous of us, we have words of wisdom as well.
When you're out in reality, you better hone your relationships with those you have contracts with.
Spending time with those people will lead to the cultivation of your relationships with them.
If you've got time to waste, you'd better visit your contractors, inmate.
That is another source of power to evade the ruin that our master has mentioned.
Thanks to the contracts you formed, your heart is steadily gaining the power of opposition. It seems the rehabilitation is going well. This is a truly joyous occasion. I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound growth. Consider it a gift. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes of you.
I feel like my bond with Igor is growing deeper. Let's look at our gift. We have Power Stock. Increases your persona stock to 8 slots.
Alright.
Yay. You can now carry more personas. The Confidant ability Power Stock increases the number of personas you can hold to 8.
The time has come. Return to your brief moments of rest.
And don't forget to go talk to your contractors, inmate.
Forming a contract with confidants. Sometimes the person you meet in town can become your confidant. If your goals align, you may be able to form a contract with them. As your relationship deepens, your rank with that confidant will increase. This will allow you to create even stronger personas. Do your best to find confidants and strengthen these relationships. And now we have the fan site thing on the day transition. Back to school. Broke-ass college student.
Have you heard?
Amen, brother. Big Bang Burger on Central Street is holding a contest. The Big Bang Challenge. If you go at night, it only costs 500 yen. Gotta eat one of their giant burgers though, right? How can anyone actually finish that? 500 yen is a steal.
Wow.
It's also 500 yen whether or not you finish it. It isn't like the somewhat similar thing in Persona 4.
Okay, quiet down.
So gym is cancelled. Which is a little strange. You would think they'd have some sort of provisional plan for what to do now that Kamachita's no longer employed. Yeah, that's a shame. Who would ever have a relationship with a student? Several different personalities, you say? These different personalities can be a different gender or a different age from you. If you think about how gods and monsters and myths were based on the human image, if you actually saw one of those personalities with your own eyes, it might look like a monster. Oh.
What?
Well, I'm sure the hero and An are being a little more attentive than usual.
I see.
Subconscious personalities. It's a fascinating topic, and it has a lot to do with us. That teacher's surprisingly smart. It feels like gaining that knowledge made me a bit smarter. That's usually how it works. That one's free. You get to keep that knowledge without having to answer any sort of question.
It ain't much, but we've been getting more postings on the Phantom Aficionado website. I want to make my friend apologize for not returning the stuff I lent him. Deal with that yourself.
Hey, those girls.
You know that Phantom Thieves rumor about stealing Kamoshida's heart? I wonder if it's true.
It's gotta be made up. Do you seriously believe they exist?
But look what happened to Kamoshida.
He probably just couldn't keep hiding it after that girl tried to kill herself.
Yeah, you might be right. I guess there's no way they really exist.
Most importantly, it seriously sucks that our school is gonna be known for stuff like this.
I wonder if it'll affect our college entrance.
That's probably a normal reaction for now, but they'll see soon enough. If we can take care of 2 or 3 famous guys, people will have to believe we exist.
So about those big shots, we don't have any leads yet, right? Plus, there's that rumor about you two threatening Kamoshida, too.
Looks like you'll just have to live a normal, honest school life for the time being. Still, make sure you stay prepared just in case anything comes up, alright?
I'll keep an eye out for info on any big shots that might be coming around.
And I'll try to dig up some dirt online.
We went and formed the Phantom Thieves group, but we can't even find a target.
There.
I guess sometimes things just don't go the way we want them to.
Excuse me. Did you wish to see me, Principal Kobayakawa?
You saw the state Kamoshida-kun was in, didn't you? It's as if his personality has completely changed. Something is definitely wrong here.
I'm not sure I follow.
From what I've heard, it appears as though some students were meddling in his business. If they did something to him, who could they be?
Are you saying that these students may have caused Mr. Kamoshida to change?
That is what I wish to know, even if it takes some probing into student matters. I would like you to look into this for me.
It is true that there are many rumors regarding Mr. Kamoshida, but do you mean all of this talk about those Phantom Thieves?
It is undeniable that Mr. Kamoshida has changed in some way. I'd like to have a grasp of the cause. This shall also ensure that I handle the mass media and police in the correct fashion.
Oh,
I will continue speaking to Mr. Kamoshida myself. Unless you find whomever did this, these irresponsible rumors will likely never die down. Don't you agree? You have been at the top of your class since day one. Your conduct is good, and teachers favor you. I could write you a recommendation for any college of your choosing, Makoto Nijima.
thank you.
Your lineage must certainly play a part in this excellence. Your sister is still young, yet she holds an admirable position at the public prosecutor's office, no? If something disappointing were to happen here, that wouldn't reflect very well on your sister. Do you understand?
Yes.
How wise. It's no wonder you're our student council president. I'd appreciate if you'd look into this as soon as possible. I ask that you begin at once.
Yes, if you'll excuse me then.
It's me, sir. My apologies for troubling you at such a busy time. Yes, it's about the matter we discussed earlier. I have all bases covered. The investigation will begin immediately. Of course. Yes, I will get results. I should be able to update you soon. Well then, I must be going. Thank you very much for your time.
Lots of shady stuff going on here. The police are really here. I saw them at the entrance. I saw them too. They were talking to the teachers. That change of heart thing's seriously amazing, huh? I hope they don't find out we're responsible. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. There's no proof it was us. We don't need to worry. You sound sure of yourself. But I mean, haven't rumors been going around about how you guys threatened Kamoshida? This world's Kamoshida shouldn't know anything about what actually happened to him, though. Still, we did find what was right. We did what was right. Don't go freaking out over some label. I guess that's true. Man, I really can't wait to keep living this double life. Alright, Akira, we're counting on you. Yeah, it would be pretty hard to prove.
Hey, have you seen that Phantom Aficionado website?
I've heard of it.
I'm the one who started it. You guys are the Phantom Thieves, aren't you?
What? No. Not us.
Sorry. Although, if things really are as I think, I should keep it a secret. Kamoshida used me, and I did some horrible things to you guys. This isn't much of a way for me to apologize for it. But if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
That's great, but...
I'm glad to hear that. There are many more evil adults outside of Kamoshida, but I'm sure the Phantom Thieves will do something. They can't let this end after just one target. That's why I wanted to make a forum where people could post their problems. There are probably a lot of people who have high hopes for the Phantom Thieves' next move. So, I've also implemented an anonymous poll on the site. Do you believe in the Phantom Thieves or not? I hope someday my forum is filled with supportful posts. I'd really like to help out in the Phantom Thieves' acts of justice. Can I, please?
Do what you want.
Yeah, I will.
I sense abundantly high expectations from Mishima.
Besides the public's reaction to your group, there were others who supported you. Someone who enthusiastically cheered the Phantom Thieves on. Perhaps they were quite close. What do you have to say to that?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the moon persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
The Moon Confidant with Yuki Mishima. Mishima's support allows backup members to earn EXP. What a fantastic change from previous Persona titles. Now everyone in the party will gain EXP as you progress through the game. Now it's not all of the XP at the moment, so it's not 1-to-1. It is a fraction of what the active party earns. But tiny spoiler, Eventually, it does become 1-to-1, which makes this game excellent, because now you don't have to worry about, like, I don't want to grind, so I'm just going to pick the 3 party members I like the best and use them the entire game. No more of that. You can use everyone in the party in Persona 5, and everyone will level up pretty much the same, so that when you're in the end game, the party's level should be exactly equal across the board, except for maybe the hero. He might be a level or 2 ahead, because he's always in the party no matter what throughout the game.
All right. See you. We heard all that. Jeez, it was a little awkward trying to figure out when to walk over here.
So that forum is Mishima-kun's.
Has he figured out our identities?
Even so, I think it'll be fine. He seemed to be playing it cool.
I guess we should have a little chat about this later.
I will say, though, a forum where people can post problems may prove unexpectedly useful.
Anyways, we gotta get looking for a new target.
And we need to stay sharp until we manage to find one. Once we do, we'll have to head into another palace. So we should prep our equipment and...
Wait! Oh, crap!
What's with you?
Don't we have an exam coming up?
Judging by that reaction, I'd assume you're going to struggle this time, too.
It's not like you're any better. All you're good at is English.
I'd rather that than be bad at every subject.
Even your Japanese is questionable at best, Ryuji.
What's questionable is whether you're really even a human. Good comeback, huh?
Let's discuss this with our fists.
Bring it.
Will you two stop it?
Okay.
Let's not draw any attention to ourselves. So, what to do between targets? There are various things to do around the city before your next target. Try listening to rumors and visiting different locations. Perhaps you'll meet someone who has new information. Deepening relationships with your confidants can bring various benefits to the Phantom Thieves. Use your time wisely to get the best results. And our instructions are, prove your existence to society, search for your next target, act like an honest student. So I need to actually, if I turn the camera a little bit, you see that someone has drawn the Phantom Thief logo on the blackboard. It looks kinda dumb. Well, it looks a lot like the one Ryuji made. Ryuji graphic design is my passion, Sakamoto. I need to look at my persona list. Okay, good. I have a lover's persona on me. Today is the first day in the game in which you can continue On's Confidant. You establish it very early in the game in like the tutorial section, but you cannot continue it until now because she has been preoccupied with Shiho's condition and whatnot.
I'll just
so let me save the game. This is also a bit of a lie. She sits here on this first day that you can talk to her, but this is not where she will be the rest of the game. The rest of the game you can find her at the Shibuya Underground Mall. There's also a prerequisite for continuing her Confidant. I should be able to invite her out with my current kindness. That's right, if you do not have rank 2 kindness by this date, you cannot continue On's Confidant. You have to do that first. But I've already done that. I'd take precautions for that. Basically, throughout the entire game, this is kind of what you will see. And that, you may say, like, why aren't you ranking up all your social stats evenly? Why are you focusing on this one or that one? And the answer is because I know what ones, or which stats are going to be required for becoming confidants, so I know how to time them out properly. So that's why I focused on Guts to continue Takami's Confidant. That's why I focused on Kindness to continue On's Confidant. It's also why I've kind of, for the moment, ignored something like Knowledge. Alright, tell me about your problems, On. would be so bad talking to you. And we have our lover's persona. Let's spend time with her.
Thanks!
We're gonna go to the diner in Shibuya. Are you feeling better now?
Yeah. Hey.
It sounds like she is talented in her own right then. That her spot was not just for show. You might be right.
Oh.
That time we went to Big Bang. That's where that was, by the way.
Thanks.
I couldn't just ignore you.
Hey.
Personas are the power of the heart. Let's find it together.
Thanks.
I sense a heightened motivation from On. Lovers Rank 2, Girl Talk. Chance to step in after Shadow Negotiation fails, allowing a retry.
All right.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Huh?
Bye!
There's also another change to the game tonight.
Hey,
Sodro's giving us a key. Now we can lock up. So, we can go out and do whatever we want. But don't start any fires. You can now leave Yongan Jaya at night.
Hey!
We're allowed to go out and do whatever we want. We could ask Iwai about that paper bag, but we don't have enough guts. Now I'm going to try to fit this in quickly. There is a small change to the game now that we have the ability to go wherever we want at night. And here it is. The vocal version of Beneath the Mask begins to play. Up to this point, it's always been the instrumental version. Now, obviously, we're not stupid here. We know that this Madarame fellow, as we've learned in the future interrogation with Sai Nijima, is the next target of the Phantom Thieves. Alright, nothing else to do in here. Let's take advantage of our newfound freedom and head to Shibuya. As you can see, that card is the signifier of a couple potential confidants in the area. Let's head over to the underground walkway. There's two other things that we can do.
What are your thoughts?
I now have the requisite stats to, or the requirements for taking these other two jobs. I believe the flower shop job needed level 2 kindness, perhaps? That's right. Or it will also boost your kindness.
Okay.
That's one of the advantages of this job. So we'll call apply. We're gonna get it. You can work this job day or night at the mall underground. I'll do that a few times in the future.
What are your thoughts?
But you can also take this beef bowl shop job. This one is only at night. I don't think it has a required stat. Maybe it does. But obviously, because we did not earn the right to come to Shibuya at night before today, we couldn't take the job anyway.
Oh!
This job will improve your proficiency.
Right.
It is Ore no Beko. It's basically a fast food joint that serves beef bowls. This is where the hero and Ryuji went on like the 3rd day of the game, or whenever that was.
Oh.
And we can head right on over, to Central Street. Because that's what we're going to do tonight. We'll get a little bit of cash in our pocket and get some proficiency for our efforts. Also, you can see here, we heard about Big Bang Burger. I said that is the location of that scene with An at the very beginning of the game. It has the animated cutscene in it, in the middle where she cries. So this right here, this is the beef bowl shop. Ore no Beko. Let's go in. Working at the beef bowl shop will cause time to pass, but in addition to receiving money, your proficiency will improve. Some days you will need to remember many orders at once. Try to stay calm. If you can make it through the rush, you may receive more money than usual.
Oh!
Let's go to work. You can now fast travel here.
I've been expecting you.
Get right to work. Do you have any questions about the job? No, not really.
I'm counting on you.
Keep an eye on the shop. As if I'm the only person working here. Oh, I guess I am the only person working here at the moment. That is ridiculous. It's literally my first day. It's my first day.
Oh!
Who has time to prepare that? No one. This is the worst beef bowl shop ever. Only
Nice
one
job.
person working the counter. There's a cat in the kitchen. How unprofessional. We got 3,600 yen. Thank you. I desperately need that.
Man.
I don't know how realistic that pay is. It's like 30 bucks for a night's work. Nah, yeah, I guess that does make sense. Depends how long he was there, I guess. There's my +2 proficiency.
All right.
Let's head back.
Get the fuck out with that shit, lol. I love the anon messages from the fan site.
Hey!
I can't see the screen. I don't know if he's talking about, like, the train should have, like, I think they have, like, LCD displays somewhere in the top of the Tokyo subways. But I want to believe in universe that Morgana is referring to my favorite Persona 5 character here at the front, guy playing Vita on Subway. Long live the Vita. Vita means life. In fact, in between recording the last episode and this one, I was playing on my Vita a little bit. Ooh, there's gonna be increased pollen. All sorts of... Okay, yeah, so Morgana was talking about the train monitor. I wanted it to be the Vita. Part of me also wants to believe that if you could, like, unlock this scene in developer mode and turn the camera to behind guy with Vita, that he'd be playing Persona 4 Golden. How neat would that be? Doesn't have to be fancy, just like the like the promotional art of it on the screen, just to indicate that it is indeed P4G.
Open your textbooks.
Which is possible. It could be. I know a guy on Twitter who runs a site that delves into, like, source files on games. And when the .pkg file for Persona 5 on PS3 leaked last year when the game was coming out in Japan, he, of course, did his thing and poked through all kinds of stuff that's in this game's source files. And there were textures that were for, like, Persona 4 Golden that had, like, the, like, cover art of it. Maybe not the cover art, whatever. It's, like, official character art. And it's somewhere in the game source files. I don't know if it actually appears anywhere. It might. It might be stuck onto, like, a tiny little shelf in Akihabara or something. I don't know. A lot of stuff does go unused.
Do you know the answer?
What do people generally call a woman who has a charm that sometimes lead men to their doom? Why, that would be a femme fatale.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ignore that Elizabeth response. I am offended by it. Maybe I should ask if I can borrow his notes.
Nice going!
I'm actually not really smart. I'm still at rank 1 knowledge. I'm oblivious.
All right.
Make sure you understand the material on the exams. Those are right around the corner.
None of these posts are any good. Everyone's just bitching about their parents or their boyfriends. There ain't even a hint about a new palace.
We can't get everything online. Finding a post with a name and location is asking a lot.
Guess we just gotta find one ourselves then.
Are you seriously suggesting we look for a target that even the police have overlooked?
Yeah, you're right. We should probably just hold off till exams are done with, huh? We can wait and see for a little longer, then worry about coming up empty-handed if it happens.
Oh.
This place is off limits, you know.
We'll get out of here once we're done chatting. Anyways, what's Miss Council President want with us?
The troublemaker, the girl of rumor, and the infamous transfer student. Interesting combination.
Great way to start a conversation.
By the way, it seems as though you got to know Mr. Kamoshida pretty well.
Not really.
Yeah, you know, he's only been here a month or so.
I heard Mr. Kamoshida used a volleyball team member to spread details of your past record. Don't you hate him? Mr. Kamoshida, I mean.
What's all this about? My friend here's an upstanding guy.
I don't mean to offend. Many students have been shaken up by what happened with Mr. Kamoshida. The rumors about that odd calling card-esque posting aren't going away either.
I didn't expect someone like you would care about that tactless stuff, Nijima-senpai.
I don't know that it was tactless. Anyways, we done here? We can't leave if you keep talking to us.
At least try to understand my position. Being forced to deal with this horseplay.
Horseplay?
Ah yes, by the way. It's been decided that this place will be closed off due to the incident. I heard some people are coming up here without permission, after all. I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
What was that about?
She's onto us. That girl seems rather sharp. We should be cautious of her.
She really pisses me off.
Be careful.
Talk about a pain in the ass.
That reminds me, study hard. Especially you, Ryuji. There are bound to be traps that will need to be solved with brains. Keep in mind that everything you do in your daily lives has an impact on your abilities.
True. Studying won't be so bad if we just think of it as helping us prepare to be phantom thieves.
I guess you got a point. But man, it's just so lame. I was all fired up about helping people, not about studying.
Well, I do have somewhere interesting to show you beforehand. You guys did originally promise to help me out with my mission after all.
Huh? Mission?
Follow me.
What are you bringing us here for?
Just do as I told you.
Alright, I've got the Phantom Aficionado website up. Now what?
Look for a post with a full name in it.
I already said there's no info on any big shots, don't you remember? But man, people actually go put someone's real name on here. That's some scary shit.
You won't listen to what I say. No, wait. There's no name on this one.
Someone's bad-mouthing me in online chat rooms. This one's got a name.
Ignore those. Aren't there any posts about more serious trouble?
I don't know what to do about my ex who's stalking me. His name is Natsuhiko Nakanohara. It says he's a teller at City Hall.
A government worker stalking someone?
That should be a suitable target. Alright, now get the meta-nav ready.
We're just gonna jump right into a palace? Fine by me.
Hey! What happened to all that talk of unanimous decision? What do you think we should do?
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about!
Okay then, let's go.
We need a name and a place, right? So the name is...
Actually, we don't need a location this time. Just enter exactly what I say. The key word is... Mementos.
Huh? What are you trying to pull?
Just listen to me. It should work. I think.
Ah, jeez. That again? Mementos, was it?
Candidate found.
We got a hit?
Just as I thought.
Everyone disappeared. It kind of feels like I'm walking on air.
Is this that Nakanohara guy's palace?
That's half right, but half wrong. This is a type of palace, but it's different from the normal ones. Come on, let's head down. The shadows here lurk underground. I don't quite understand why. It may be because they're drawn to something.
Underground? How are we going to get there?
How? You use it every day on your way to school. Follow me.
Wait up, Cat! The hell is this place? Wait, our clothes changed?
The shadows know we're here?
Since the moment we stepped in,
You should have told us!
we're still safe right here. I've come to investigate a number of times. Shadows never come up to this floor, but it's a different story once you go down. This place is simply teeming with them.
More importantly, what is this Mementos? It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace.
Huh? What do you mean, everyone's?
A palace as grand as the previous castle only forms when a person's wishes are extremely distorted. So instead of many individual palaces, the general public has one gigantic shared palace. That's where we are now. Mementos.
Now that you mention it, this place feels a bit different from Kamoshida's palace.
When you say shared, you mean they're all put together? Even though they're just strangers?
Think of it as the collective unconscious. No, never mind. You wouldn't understand that.
So what you're saying is, using this place, we can even change the hearts of people who don't have a palace?
Correct. The steps to do so are slightly different, though.
But this place looks pretty huge. Are we gonna be able to get around just by walking?
It seems the time has finally come. Morgana! Transform! Come now, Panther. Ladies first.
A car?
No way!
This comes from the way cognition materializes in the metaverse. Plus a bit of extra training. It's not dissimilar to how you guys transform.
You turn it into a car is totally different than our clothes changing!
For some reason, cats turning into buses is an extremely widespread cognition among the general public.
Why a bus, though?
No idea.
Wait, why didn't you do this at the castle?
I would have if I could, but that castle was cramped. There were tons of stairs, and no way this fits on top of a chandelier.
Hey, Skull! Ladies first!
Hey, stop pulling me! Oh, that's dangerous!
Panther, please be gentle!
All aboard! Let's go!
Why are you all just sitting back there? I'm a car, remember? I'm not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
You can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive?
I don't have a license.
That's what you're worried about?
Who cares? We're driving a cat car through the metaverse.
Alright then, we'll leave the driving to you.
Now start the engine. You can't drive if it's not running.
Hero's like, how did I get roped into this?
Where's the key to this thing?
Why would you need a key? There's a switch just down next to the steering wheel. That tickles. Lower, lower. Oh, there. That feels so good.
Is that purring I hear? Oh, what a creepy-ass car.
Don't underestimate my meowdery engine. We're going full throttle. It's time to fly!
So this is Mementos. Atlas Japan did a really good job in keeping this place under wraps. It is a big portion of the game. And yet we didn't learn about it until like 2 months before Japanese release. There was no even hints that this place really existed. There were tiny hints that Morgana could potentially transform into a car. They were very, very subtle though. I think the first ever kind of hint at Morgana potentially having other forms was in an interview that came out in the official Persona magazine, which does not release on a regular schedule. In, I believe it was the March 2016 issue, which was basically
Shadow, what do you want to do?
The theme of that issue had a lot to do with Persona 3 actually, because it was on the heels of the release of the final P3 movie. So these are the shadows in Mementos, and you can ambush them just like the others. You can't like sneak around in Mementos,
Alright, the first move is ours!
but what you can do is just drive behind them and time it right. So that magazine I was talking about, the March 2016 issue, had a big interview with the director Katsura Hoshino. It was actually the first, like, any word about Persona 5 since TGS 2015, which was, like, several months prior. After the game got officially delayed to summer 2016 Japan, things just went silent for months and months and months, and everyone was like, what's the state of the game? So finally that magazine came out, and there was that interview. And Hoshino kind of, I think, alluded in some way of like Morgana having other abilities and potentially being able to transform. So at that point, people like me started going back on old trailer footage and whatnot, and we kind of pieced together a moment in which that might happen. There's also the very end of the opening movie that plays at the beginning of the game with the theme song "Wake Up, Get Out There," where Ryuji tosses Morgana into like the billboard. So we're like, okay, so maybe Morgana can do some stuff.
That's for me.
It wasn't until a screenshot that appeared in maybe like Famitsu or something of like an animated cutscene in which like the team is in the Morgana mobile. That's when people who were really observant were like it had multiple party members in the shot, and Morgana was not one of them. And you kind of got like the hint on like the dashboard of this bus thing that they're in, that it was kind of cat-like, and we were like, does Morgana turn into a car? Like, what the hell's going on with that? So finally, I believe it was, I don't think it was the E3 event. I think it was the July 2016 event, the one that took place at the Tokyo National Museum, called Take the Treasure was the name of the stream event. It was the final big one before release. They put out a little video introducing Mementos and introducing the concept that Morgana could turn into a bus. So Mementos is, again, the secondary dungeon area. So because palaces disappear after you clear them, you have to put something else in the game that the player can return to whenever and, you know, grind, get some levels or do whatever, earn money on the side. And that's the purpose that Memento serves. And Mementos is also randomized. You thought P5 ditched the concept of random dungeons? Not exactly. Mementos is randomly generated. It is very similar to Persona 3's Tartarus in terms of how those maps are generated and how it's structured. You may have even seen in the overview of well, we can't see it here, but when you transition down a floor, it kind of shows the big concept art design of Mementos, and it is very similar to the same thing for Tartarus. Pass it over to On. That is pretty strong. Is that gonna kill? I guess it is.
You're so gorgeous, Panther.
Alright, let's negotiate for some money. 223 yen. Not a lot. But it all counts. And yeah, you get special animations for winning victories in Mementos. Instead of one where, Morgana is celebrating with the team, he's got to do the transformation back into the car. And you pick up these little diamond-looking things inside of these cages that acts as your treasure in Mementos. Unfortunately, he didn't have his back turned, so this is a neutral fight. Get ourselves another victory here. This dive into Mementos is pretty quick. It's just a tutorial basically to introduce you to the location. And the way it works is that throughout the course of the game you will have several opportunities to come to Mementos. Again, you can pretty much do it whenever you want. But just like Morgana is setting up today, you see the exclamation point on the map and the whole effect we got going there. We'll go in there in a second. But you can track down additional targets in Mementos. I'm going to ignore that and save my lockpick because I have no idea what could possibly be in there. So you have the opportunity to take down secondary targets in Mementos, those that aren't quite serious enough to have their own palace. And you will get several throughout the game, several requests. And depending on how you spend your time, you can do Mementos very efficiently, like I will do. In total, I think I'm going to dive into Mementos 4 times in the entire game, not counting today. And you're probably thinking, only 4? That's nuts. But yeah, only about 4. You can really min-max your time in terms of how many times you actually go to Mementos. But when we do go there, obviously, we will have several targets to take down. It's usually anywhere between 8 to 10 or so. So this is the guy we heard about, the stalker who's following his ex. Let's talk to him. He's grumbling over there. And inside Mementos, these are people's shadows, just like we encountered Kamoshida's shadow inside of his palace.
Who are you?
Are you that stalker? Haven't you ever stopped to consider how your ex feels?
She's my property. I can do whatever I want with her. It's not like she didn't treat me like a plaything. What's wrong with me doing the same?
You can't treat someone like shit just because they did it to you. What a load of crap. We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
There are millions of people far worse than me. What about Madarame? He stole everything from me, but you're letting him off the hook?
Madarame? What the hell's this guy going on about?
Get ready. Here he comes.
So, unlike what we experienced with Kamoshida, where his shadow gets its own unique enemy boss fight, obviously, the shadows of people inside of Mementos will transform into the other regular shadows, the demons. However, they will most of the time, perhaps every time, have different affinities than the regular versions of those shadows, you know, to make them more of a challenge. Attack up, huh? How about we undo that? We'll increase Joker's attack.
Persona! Go down.
Hey, lucky with the crit. And just like mini bosses inside of palaces, you can't negotiate with these shadows. So don't try to recruit them. You're wasting your time if you do. You're probably not going to get to attack. Oh, miss. Let's lunge again. Oh, he held on. Not good. Holy shit.
I got too reckless. I'll back out and focus on support.
That did a lot more damage than I was expecting. I'm probably gonna... Oh, I can only take one of them back. I wish I knew who had less XP. I'm going to guess Panther does.
This one.
That is such a stupid mistake. I was just trying to save some SP. And I don't even need to save SP. What am I doing?
Calm down.
Great. We're just gonna get incredibly unlucky here. Oh, and he was weak to electricity the entire time. That sucks. So Mona's gonna miss out on that 505 yen. That sucks.
It's a step forward.
Oh well. And I'm live here. I can't just go back and do it over. Getting knocked out by Rampage. That reminds me of a certain early game optional boss that I hate somewhere in Persona. Still blaming others. Referring to the first optional boss in Persona 4, which is incredibly broken and difficult for that point in the game. He thinks we should change Madarame's heart. According to the future, that is probably going to happen. But how and why is it going to happen? The bud of a treasure. This might be how Mementos gets its name. Because what are people's personal treasures if not mementos? I think that's what they were going for. It's really unclear. We got one attachment pearl. It's an accessory item. So for every request that you complete, you get a little reward. There are other big benefits for completing requests though, as we will see.
Oh!
That's right, we can also sell some treasure that we find in here for cash.
Dude!
Hey!
There's still one other place to go before we leave.
Well then.
Alright, that'll do it for this video, and in the next one we will continue on to the last place Morgana wants to show us inside of Mementos.